when you lose something, you then have a greater appreciation of what that thing was.
I don't get what I want and someone else does. You might say these are natural things, but I deal with it by swallowing my emotions and then it just bruises my stomach and I'm like, I just get that, ah! And I'm gonna admit something here. Sometimes, Derek, it's just, you walk in, everyone wants to dance with you, and it's like, dang, it's kind of hard to measure up to you sometimes, and there is a bit of jealousy there, but it's I get we're all buds, but like sometimes it's just I think jealousy is a natural thing, especially when like there's someone who kind of like you like there's when someone outranks you per se, like and it's something. Sometimes it's just something mental. It's not like we're in a pissing competition or something, right? But sometimes it's very obvious. Like you walk in the door, and then every girl's like, where's Derek? Where's Derek? And I'm like, all right, well, I'm chopped liver over here.
Well, is it jealousy or is it just maybe just that's a source of motivation, right? That's for me. Like when I first started tango, I mean, I had a couple people that were the close friends of mine that I'm just like, wow, they're so amazingly good. But I look at them and I'm just like, wow, okay, if they can do it, then I can do it.
Yeah,
Like, why can't you think that way? It's like,
well, again, it depends. Everyone reacts to something differently. I mean, sometimes like there's the initial reaction, right? Like let's just say we're going to a festival, and then it's like, Dominic Bridge walks in. You're like, okay, well, we're gonna wait in line now.
Yeah.
And so there's that initial jealousy, but then there's the whole like, but then maybe when things subside and like you get over that initial like moment, and it's like, okay, well, I just need to work harder and maybe I'll get there. Or sometimes like someone like myself, because I'm older and it's not like you know I have youth and time behind me because like I feel like I need to put in twice as much energy to get to do what someone younger can do, because they're more they're more mentally pliable. They didn't use as many brain cells and burnt them off drinking like I have or whatever. That they like it's easier for someone younger to get stuff. And when you're older, it's like your body doesn't move as well.
I hear you. I can do that.
So sometimes like when I started I guess it's like when I started tango, it wasn't like I thought like, oh yeah, I could like, I guess I already made the decision that there is no possible way I'm going to be a Mundial champion per se, right? Because I came.
Why?
Well, it's just like someone who starts playing basketball at 40. What are their shots of hitting the NBA? You know, and I guess.
But you didn't start that old when you started.
I started at 34, 33, 34, right? Yeah. 30,
No.
yeah.
Like 30, yeah, low 30s. That's actually really young compared for U.S. as Americans.
Yeah. Okay. True.
That's very young. Yes.
True. But I mean, Mundial champion here, right? Like you have these people who are starting in their teens, like from Colombia or for Argentina. They're starting in their teens, and by the
I used to think that way. Like, oh man, like when me and Johnny started, I was like, oh, he's 6 months ahead of me. Like, how will I ever catch up to Johnny? He's like, he's got so much more time and so much more. But I think that's
self-defeatist.
It's not self-defeatist, but I think it's a false perception.
That
that does lead to self-defeatism because you're kind of sabotaging your own self before you even get started.
I can see that point, but I think sometimes like it's also real. To me, I see it as realistic. Like for example, when I first started judo, I'm way past my prime starting judo. I started judo in my 40s, and it's not like I could be an Olympic contender at 40 because they're only sent like one person from the United States, And these kids are starting. These kids are starting at judo at 14, or 10, and by the time they hit 20, they could, they're a black belt at 20, and they're like running circles around me, and I'm already way past my prime. So I kind of see it that way, where like I went into competition enjoying the feel, not needing to come home with a prize.
Yeah. I think for me, the only times where I feel super jealous of somebody is if I feel like they have like a natural advantage of something that they didn't really work for.
Like height.
Yeah, like height, for example. It's just like there's nothing I can do. No matter what I do, I am this height. And some other people were born and they won the genetic lottery, and
Yeah.
so it's just like that's the only times where I'm just like, oh, that makes me jealous about that. Or someone has like super long legs, so their aesthetic looks really nice. Just they didn't do anything specific. It's just that they have the natural like composition of their body ratio or whatever of a proportion size where it looks just nice.
I guess we're always jealous of what we don't have. And from my standpoint, I'm jealous of, I didn't feel like I was talented at dance. I love dance, but I didn't feel like how I was talented at it. I struggled a lot with dance. I struggled a lot with music. So I'm always jealous of people who appear talented, like
They
have
pick it up fast.
like they have naturally talented. I don't have youth on my side, so of course I'm naturally jealous of people who are youthful and start early, and they have all these things that I wish I had but don't have. So I think it's natural to be jealous of things that you think you don't have, because of course the grass is always greener on the other side.
Yeah, but that whole starting early thing, that's just a slippery slope, right? Because somebody who started at 18, maybe they're also wondering, like, man, if I only started when I was 7,
Yeah.
And then there's just somebody else that would started when they were 7, and they're just like, oh, I wish I didn't start at 7. I had to have other hobbies, other things. Or I'm not like this other person that was like out of the crib started dancing tango, So there's always like something.
Of course. But I think jealousy is a natural feeling for people, and as long as we like get past that point and don't let it eat you up from the inside out. So I think it's natural to be jealous. It's natural to be like, oh, I'm jealous of this person. Like you get that feeling, right? Then what do you do with that later? Do you let it sink in and eat you inside out, or in your case, you said, well, why don't you use that as a point of motivation to get better?
Yeah, if you look at the external situation and you say, I am a victim to this circumstance, you're never going to improve that way. It's kind of like myself. It's just like, well, I'm only 5'6". Well, I guess I can't dance tango because whatever, I'm just too short. That's like, it's never going to happen that way.
No, I agree. But what I'm saying is but there's always that initial point of jealousy. I mean, can you use jealousy to motivate yourself? Yes, but also I think you need to process that emotion, that negativity first to get to that point. Otherwise, it just if you don't process it, it just eats you inside out, and then it just ends up being like your Achilles heel, because like you just keep on looking at it, like, oh, I wish I was this, I wish I was this, I wish I was this. Yeah, no, I agree, but I think it's also healthy to accept jealousy happens, and to say and just to let it it's not bad to be negative. It's not bad to be jealous. That's what I'm trying to say, is that it's a natural reaction, and it's what you do with it later.
I think it is bad to be negative. I'm going to say that the positive I've learned that actually being positive is the thing that trumps this thing for me. Like, if you put it in this context, right? So let's go back to the height thing, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like I feel like this is this unfair thing. Like I didn't get the height that other people have. But then I ask myself, like, wow, but I am this height, and what if I do accomplish certain things at this height? And then it just makes me feel like, wow, like these other people have this advantage that I don't have, and here I am in the same room with them. That makes me feel even more confident.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like somebody that's like, all right, well, like this woman says, I'm only going to date someone who's 6 feet and taller, right? And if I'm able to get with that person, you know how much confidence I will have, because this person specifically said I'm only going to like date people 6 feet up, and if I am able to do that thing, then it's just like, wow, like what does that make me? That makes me better than the people that are 6 feet, right? Because I have the thing that they have all these things that I don't have it, and here I am, right?
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah. But I guess everyone deals with things differently, and it's something for me. I guess I was raised on negativity. I was raised with negative energy. It's like so I kind of thrive on that negative energy because I had that monkey on my back that I need to prove something, you know. So in a sense, my parents use reverse psychology on me a lot, and I guess that's just my natural intake. So I get jealous and I was like, I gotta prove myself, you know.
But that's not negative energy. That means that negative means that you can't do it. I think what you're saying is that you have a drive that says, all right, you're telling me that I can't do this, but I will show you that I can.
Yeah.
So that's not negative energy. That's positive.
I see
Negative is mean like I'm just you're down in the tubes. Like I don't like the world. The world is unfair.
Yeah,
That's negative.
it is,
mindset.
but at the same time, it's like I'm saying that I'm very motivated by anger, and
Well, yeah, of course.
and anger is a negative energy, a negative trait. Like to me, that it is, you know. So so I might go, oh, the world's unfair, da 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 da, but I'm gonna use that you know, it's gonna drive me to prove them wrong.
Right, and that's a positive thing, which is what I just said.
Yeah, it's a positive result, but it's still based on negativity.
It's fueled by some kind of negative, I guess, emotion, but that's not a negative mentality towards yourself. That's different.
Okay, I see your point there.
It's the two different things, yeah.
Maybe, but like I guess like for me, it's I accept that jealousy is natural. It's not a bad thing. It just depends on how you use it, and I guess it is something that I could use, you know, to make something to have positive results, but it's like a negative emotion.
I think jealousy is a bad thing because you're always comparing yourself to something else.
Yeah.
Which then that will never lead down a good path because you're always saying, oh, well, this person has this person has that, but you know, so I think that kind of jealousy doesn't lead you anywhere. I think that when you compare yourself without jealousy to somebody else, right, saying like, oh, you know, they have this thing, but I wonder like, what can I do similarly? Can I learn that thing that they have, right? Or is it some kind of natural thing? I think in that aspect, you can get somewhere that way because you are trying to be that person in a certain way, but with your own skill set.
Yeah. Okay. I get your point there, but I guess for me it's just like I see myself as more of someone who thrives on like things like anger, and yeah, it's not a great place to be, but I guess it's just how I work and how I operate.
No, what you're saying is it's typical, right? It's something that it's a human response. It's kind of like someone who gets dumped,
Yeah.
and then they start hitting the gym every day,
Yeah.
and starting getting into the best shape of their life.
Yeah.
That's fueled by negative
Yeah.
energy. So it's not like you're something. That's not a specific special thing. That's like I think that's human nature.
Yeah.
Most people are gonna be that. Right?
Yeah.
If you get dumped, you see it all the time.
Yeah.
That person is like eating well, healthy, super in the gym, gonna change their. They needed that negative event to happen for them to spawn something inside of them.
Okay, that I agree, but I still think it's it's that process of processing the jealousy to turn it into something positive, and I see it as a positive result fueled by negative energy. Which is what you said, but it's just like it's hard for me to just see it as a positive. I just really because I'm so focused on like tapping into that negative feel.
No, because like when you lose something, you then have a greater appreciation of what that thing was. So it's like a negative thing that has to happen, and then you understand, like, wow, okay, like it shakes you up, it wakes you up.
Yeah, but I guess it's one of those things where because I'm in the moment, it's kind of like you know, let's take the gym example. You know, if I haven't reached my ideal body weight yet or whatever, it's not like I don't see the results yet. I don't feel good. The positive results haven't happened yet, and I'm still like dwelling on that negativity. Or like I'm going to use this to punch out another 20 sets. You know, so I mean, what you're like, I get what you're saying, but it's just more of like that's more the mentality on the end when you achieve those results. I think of, you know, when you haven't achieved those results yet, and you're just focused on, you know, cranking things out. It's just that negative feel that just keeps you going. I guess it's just where you are on the journey of that. You know, if like, yeah, when I reach that positive result, I look back and go, oh, it's all worth it, right? But when I haven't reached that positive result yet, and it's just like, I just get that grit your teeth grrr moment, it's still kind of negative. You know, I don't, you know, it's not like I see the results yet. Like, and maybe it's the difference between you and me, since I'm more of an external person and I'm externally motivated versus I think you're more, like between you and me, I think you're more internally motivated versus externally motivated. And because of that motivation, I focus more on the feel rather than results because I haven't seen the results yet.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think that no result is going to justify that, right? It's, you know, do I feel like I became a magical dancer from winning a tango competition? No. I've actually learned way more when I lost, right? So it's, to me, it's, you don't win it, you don't learn anything when you win. You don't learn anything when you get positive results. You only learn when you go through hell and go through negative stuff. It's like when I was playing poker, it's like, I can count like all the times where I had the worst beats, the worst luck, the worst opponent, the worst outcomes. I remember all those things. I rarely remember the great results, the great moves I did, the great things. I don't learn from that.
Yeah.
You can't. You learn from bad stuff.
Oh, I agree. I agree that you learn from bad stuff, but I guess I'm more because I'm more externally motivated. I'm more focused on the end results and where I am now. And if I haven't reached like
Yeah, but what happens when you get your end result is what I'm saying. It's not you're gonna get like, and that's what happens when some people at the gym, right? It's like, oh, I got a six pack and now they're done. It's no, the job continues. It doesn't end.
yeah, well,
Because if you stop working out when you get your six pack, you're not gonna have a six pack for very long.
well, that's why I yo-yo a lot my weight. So it's the same thing because I'm externally motivated. So like you see, I get that body I like, and then I fall back. I'm like, ah, crap, here we go again. So I feel like it's the same way. It's like it's how my motivation works. And because I'm more motivated by external stuff, and right when I reach my goal, I have a high probability of just falling off the wagon because I reached my goal. And I'm like, I sit back, I'm like, yay, I'm here, you know, and that's the danger of my personality, where I reach the goal and then I stop, and I don't.
Do you get jealous of other like guys at the Milonga?
Yes, I do.
In what way?
Well, in what way? It's not necessarily like, okay, so the point where I get jealous is kind of like, let's just say there's someone that I'm trying to dance with, right? I've been trying to cabaseo with them, right? And then some person just breaks all the rules and just sticks their hands out, grabs that dance. I'm like, dude, what the hell, you know?
Yeah, that's happened. Of course, I think to everybody that's dance tango.
Yeah, and let's say it happens to several other people, like it happens like multiple times, and like I get jealous of that person because it's like, here's a person doesn't play by the rules.
But you're resenting that person? You're not jealous of that person.
Well, it depends on. I'm resenting them, yes,
Yeah.
but also at the same time I'm jealous of them because I feel like they have the ability to break the rules because they have some kind of.
No, but you could break the rules. You have decided that you don't want to break the rules because you have a certain like code of ethics or morals or values, whatever it may be.
Well, what if I said that? Okay, let's just say this. What if I said that they could break the rules because they're a good-looking guy? You know, of course, I'm going to feel jealous because I feel that I don't. Because if I break the rules, I can't get away with it.
But then again, like, who's to say that you can improve and become better looking
No,
to become good looking?
it's true. I could work on these things. I could, like, let's say, lose weight. I could dress better. I could groom better.
Exactly.
Yeah, but initially, just where I am right now, it's just that focus. And I just go grrr, you know. It's just who I am. Like I focus on. Because I'm externally motivated, I focus on what I don't have, and it's like, yeah, it pisses me off. I'm like, you know, and it's not something I'm proud of, but it's just the reality of who I am, you know. And I think accepting that I do get jealous. Because I think back in the day, I used to go, oh, I'm not a jealous guy, because like no one, because you say the politically correct thing all the time, like, oh, I'm not a jealous person, or oh, I'm open-minded, or whatever. You say,
Yeah.
but all like, hey, like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
used to
yeah.
say all that stuff, and it's almost like I was trying to lie to myself to be politically correct. Now I'm like, hey, whatever. You know what? I do get jealous. I'm motivated by like I'll spill the beans about all the bad stuff about me, because you know what? Like I've accepted who I am. And I think that's the first part about being better. Like,
Yeah, you have that self-acceptance.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Yeah, but I have to accept myself as the whole package. There are good things about me, but at the same time, like I can't ignore the bad things about me, and part of jealousy and getting beyond that is accepting that I have this issue of being motivated by external factors. I am jealous of people. I am jealous when I don't get what I want and someone else does. You might say these are natural things, but I deal with it by swallowing my emotions, and then it just bruises my stomach, and I'm like, I just get that and it's not healthy. It's definitely not healthy, and I'm pretty sure someone's gonna go, Rob, you should see a therapist, and and just like let it out, and you're gonna get an ulcer. Like I've heard that before, but because I'm also stubborn, I'm not gonna do that, and and I accept that. Like these are bad traits that I accept, and that's how I get past that, and that's how I use this GER to achieve what I want to achieve. But part of that is dwelling, like knowing that this is who I am and dwelling in that. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming like my parents' reverse psychology might play a factor into it, but I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm a victim of my parents.
I had a bad parents, a
I
bad upbringing, I didn't have all the things.
Like whatever it is, I don't like no like. Here's the sad part. Whatever it is, whatever I'm going to cry about, nobody cares.
Yeah, that's
fact. And that's one of those things I accept. I accept that, and because I can accept that, I can accept the bad stuff about me, and I'm openly honest about it. Like hey, like I'm a jealous person. I get jealous a lot.
I don't think you're a jealous person.
Well,
I don't think you understand the definition of jealousy, honestly.
Yeah, well, okay, maybe I have jealous moments that kind of make me like, maybe I hide it well because I swallow it all inside, but.
Like jealous is like when I think of like a jealous girlfriend who like just assumes all the worst things about you, assume that you're cheating on them, assume that you like dancing with other people better than her, assume that you don't want to dance with her. Like that's to me is the seeds of jealousy.
Yeah, okay, I could see that, but I think
nothing that you described sounds like that.
I think I'm jealous due to certain parts of my insecurity, and when I see other people have what I don't have, I have a sense of envy.
Okay.
And I associate jealousy and envy a lot because I'm jealous of their ability or whether it be innate.
I think
or
they're two very different things.
You think so?
Jealousy and envy, yeah.
I think they can. Okay, I think they can be different things, but I think there is a crossover.
Sure. There's some overlap.
Yeah. And in that, I think that, especially because I think envy is something more long term to me, and where jealousy is something more short term. Like, let's say you won the lottery. Oh, damn, Derek, I'm happy for you, but at the same time, I'm freaking jealous because now you got $1 billion and I don't, right? Now, am I gonna let that grind at me and like be all pissed off, like we can't be friends anymore because you're a billionaire? Like that'd be more envy, But like that initial like grrr, like. I wish I won. That to me, that's jealousy.
I see.
And in a sense, and I dive into that negative emotion, let dwell in here, and then I'm like I'm gonna rise to the occasion, because I'm an externally motivated person. I'm not internally motivated. I'm not a person who goes out and does charity for charity's sake. I'm not a person who.
But here's the thing. I don't think you act on your jealousy. So there's a lot of people that act on their jealousy. That's a different thing.
Well, okay, I think I act on my jealousy, but not in a destructive way.
What do you mean?
Like a person who might act on the jealousy is like, like, what was it like fatal attraction? They're gonna like, kill the bunny and put it in a pot or whatever, and
Oh
like,
my God.
what was that thing of fatal attraction? They killed the bunny, right?
I thought you were going to do like an example of like Tanya Harding or something.
So yeah, well, okay, sure, Tanya Harding.
Yeah.
Sorry, first thing that came to mind was fatal attraction.
Okay.
But so I don't like. I'm not gonna break the law for jealousy. I'm not going to maim something for jealousy. I'm going to, let it dwell in my stomach, and either I let it go because I've hit a punching bag enough times that I got it out of my system.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna like use it to like make myself better. And
Yeah, the motivation.
yeah,
That's a good thing.
Yeah, but it stemmed from that jealousy. Like it
Sure,
started.
sure.
And that's what I mean. It's like it's that negative emotion that keeps on giving because it keeps on pushing me. Where I've got this issue that I need to prove something to somebody because I've got my own insecurities.
Yeah, we all have our own.
Yeah, but some people are okay with it. They're like, whatever. I got that thing. I got the monkey in my back, man. Where I gotta prove myself. And there are times I've proved myself in certain things. Maybe do I need a medal to prove it? No, but there's some kind of something, whether it be an event or whatever, where I feel like I could prove myself, and then I could like let it subside and be happy about it. And sometimes I maintain an upkeep, and sometimes I don't, but because of my external motivations, So yeah, jealousy. It's like sometimes I feel like when they say when Gordon Gekko says greed's good.
Yeah.
In a sense, sometimes like I feel like jealousy is good.
Yeah, of course. I told you that.
Yeah.
It sparks motivation.
Yeah. But you just gotta deal with that negativity first.
But yeah, what do you all think about jealousy, especially in tango? I know we see it a lot. We didn't really talk about it with like partners and stuff like that. That kind of jealousy. That's like a whole other video. But we just wanted to cover the kind of comparison jealousy, right? How you compare yourself to somebody else, and that could be a good thing where you aspire to be better yourself, but also could be something negative where you just kind of look down on yourself, and you're always in the pits like, oh, woe is me.
Yeah. What was it saying? Was it like comparison is the death of happiness?
Comparison is the thief of joy.
That's what it was. Thank you. Yeah. Haven't learned that lesson yet.
It's a good one. But yeah, let us know what you think about jealousy for your own self and whether or not tango assists in that or not. We'd be delighted to see what you would think. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Left Foot, Right Foot. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and notification bell to keep up to us in our latest content.
Yeah, it really goes a long way. We've come a long way so far, and we really appreciate everyone's support in helping us grow this channel and all supporting our lifelong path of really getting social dancing out there and allowing other people to find their way to Argentine Tango.